I've been to Malaysia twice. It's not like I know a lot of Malaysia, but I think I know enough. On the other hand, I spent about 16 months living in Myanmar, and that's why you should subscribe if you want to know more of Yangon.
Probably there is many more differences, so if you notice some, please let me know down below.
In this video, I may not talk about power cuts, even though it's a big one, and money change. I might talk a little bit about that, but just a little bit, not too much. Malaysia and Myanmar have a lot in common, and with that, I mean they are both in Asia. And I hope you knew that already. Not just that, but the weather as well. Even though Malaysia is more to the south, the weather is not much different. But that may vary, even between Myanmar or Malaysia itself, because they are quite large countries and sometimes on the north is different than the south. But overall, I would say it's pretty much the same. The people are nice too. I don't think I have any complaint in Asia at all. In general, everyone seems to be pretty nice and welcoming.
The number one is the city.
In Malaysia, the cities are very modern. Plenty of skyscrapers.
Good roads and good transportation.
I mean, at least in Kuala Lumpur. That's the capital, so I guess it has to be better, more developed.
I've just been here for a few days, so I'm a tourist. I don't know everything. Probably there is some places less good that I've not been to, and I obviously won't be able to talk about that.
But that doesn't mean it's better than Yangon or better than Myanmar. It's just different. Now, I've never been to Naypyidaw, so Yangon feels like the capital to me. And Yangon is not that developed, at least not in a larger scales. You may have some places that look really modern and developed, but it's just small places. Anyway, if I'm wrong, just let me know, correct me if I'm wrong. So even though in Malaysia everything is more like modern, Myanmar has its own look. Yangon is pretty beautiful the way it is, pretty different than anywhere else, I would say. At least anywhere else that I visited already.
Malaysia is a Muslim country, with more than 60% of the population being Muslim, which you can see easily when you're walking on the streets.
On the other hand, the main religion in Myanmar is Buddhist, with about 90% of the population being Buddhist. That's like everyone. Just kidding. Of course there are minorities, and I made a video exploring the experience of Christians in Yangon. I'll leave it here. I would say that you may not be able to see it that much because everyone that is Buddhist dressed normally, just traditional clothes from Myanmar. But you may be able to notice it because there are many monks as well. And you can definitely know that they are monks. Even though that not everybody is dressed as a monk, you will be able to see many monks in the streets.
In Malaysia, money is big. Well, not really, it's actually small. For every $10, you'll get like 40, which is good, or maybe just normal.
In Malaysia, they have 1 ringgit to 100, if I'm not wrong. Here in Myanmar, 50 chats is the minimum that I've seen, and 10,000 is the largest. $10 can get about 40,000 chats, which is enough for about 3 people to have a meal in a local tea shop, which I recommend.
So in Malaysia, looks like the cars are in much better conditions, especially the taxis, because, well, that's what I use the most. And I can say the same about the roads and maybe even the drivers. But some of them still go through the lights when it's already red, which doesn't happen in Yangon. At least not when it's police around.
In Myanmar, it's not that good. And I guess I can say the same about the drivers, especially the bus drivers. Everyone complains about them. But to be honest, the taxi drivers also sometimes, not even saying that they don't have seat belts on the back seat. The horn is used and abused, and the traffic can be pretty bad sometimes. I guess this is a place that I'm never gonna drive. And obviously I don't know all the difference, so I'm counting on you to help me and to point out some difference that you know.